Hello there! Those of you who've been watching my channel from the beginning know that I'm a huge anime fan and also that I'm also a cosplayer. Every single cosplay I ever made was either partially bought from the store or completely bought from the store. And because I'm an anime fan, I would like to make a cosplay from scratch, from zero to basically whole suit. You know what I mean. First anime I ever watched is called Bleach. And as I mentioned in the first video from this series, basically in the announcement, I mentioned that I would like to make a cosplay of the character from this anime. If you remember which character it was, you remember. But if you don't, it was Sajin Komamura. It won't be easy because, well, we can agree that he is a furry character. And I am a furry. I'm not afraid of dressing as him. I'm a little afraid of making his cosplay. Why? Because it will be the first time when I will ever make a helmet like this, but basically for a wolf character. I've already printed out parts of his sword, Tenken. You can see there are some details. Files, well, I'll upload them onto the printables. I made that from scratch. And now they need to be cleaned and put together. Won't be easy, because it's the first time I'm ever making such a sword. Most swords were just printed and then glued together. But this time I'll be using a how to say it, supporting material from the inside, so the sword won't fall apart. But anyway, let's get to it. First things first, we need to clean all the parts, clean the supports, and glue everything together. Let's get to it. It was the most satisfying support removal I ever had. This part, as some of you know, is a handle wrapping that you can see on most katanas. Now I need to remove some strings from the inside. I don't know if you will be able to see them. Normally I would use a normal lighter to remove them. But from what I've learned recently, I can use something much more powerful. Give me a sec. A blowtorch. Well, don't do this at home. I'm semi-professional, okay? Just please don't burn down my house. Chill. It's clean. It's fairly clean. And to be honest, that's my second attempt. Sorry, third attempt. I can't show you my second because I already threw it out, but when I was firstly printing it, my printer, 3D printer, decided that it will go on a mutiny. Why? In one moment, and I heard that it started stripping the filament. And look at that. See this? This is where I let my printer strip the filament. And why it can't go with this? Because basically, when I was trying to pull the first attempt from the table, it snapped. This part here can be easily snapped by me, by my own hands. Normally, in a section like this, I need to use a lot more strength to even break it. Oh. But anyway, let's get the blade. Let's glue it together. This is the core rod that will add an extra support on the inside and will make sure that the whole blade stays as it should be. Okay, now we have all the pieces glued together. Wait, where is the hilt? There it is. Okay, so now it's time for a test fit. I hope it all fits together nicely, because I spent a lot of time preparing everything. Okay. Blade fits nicely in the handle. Now this part. Maybe I should do this the other way around. Yeah. This fits nicely. Okay. A little bit deeper. Now the hilt. Yeah, this definitely has to be glued because it's a little bit too large. But anyway, the blade. Look at that. at that! Looks nice. Looks nice, doesn't it? Does it? Now, the only thing left is to cover some parts with UV resin, as I always do for such prints, to make it smooth, and paint it. I think that only part I will cover this time will be the blade, because the rest doesn't have to be as smooth. Maybe the hilt should be covered, but I think that the blade should be definitely covered, hilt maybe, handle not so much, maybe the seam of the handle, because I printed the handle in two parts. I'll show you, give me a sec. Oh, here you go. You can see the seam where I glued this together. Yeah, this part definitely needs to be covered a little bit just to hide the seam.
2 days later.
It's supposed to be a day, not 2 days, but anyway, we are now here 2 days after the gluing. Now the glue should be set hard enough to be processed. Let's see. I see some bumps that I need to cut off, like over here. Oh. To be careful and not destroy anything. Okay. After that, I will need to mark something like a stopper where I shouldn't cover the blade, because if I cover it completely, it may not fit in the handle, and we don't want that, right? Because if it doesn't fit, it means a hell lot of sanding for me, and will take a lot of my time. Anyway, what I mean by marking a stopper, I have to put these parts together, this and this. A hoka, I forgot. It should go like this, on this side. There we go. And now I need something to put a little drop of paint. Come on, only a drop. Now my trusty brush. And now we go around the blade. Really careful though. Ah, haha. Now I need to wait a little so it dries, and then I'll come back to you with a blade ready to be covered in resin. now covered. All cracks are hidden underneath the resin. I hope it will reinforce it a little. But now the only thing left after the first curing is to wash it out. Fortunately, it's a water washable resin, so and now we have to put it outside so the sun can do post curing for me. And now it's curing. I hope it won't freeze because it's winter. Okay, what is supposed to be curing is curing. I thought about this part. It's the cap that is supposed to go on the end of the handle. And I decided that I will sand this part normally without any coating. Why? Just because. Anyway, when I was out yesterday, my printer finished first part of the mask. Basically, it's a base. Now I need to remove all supports and check if it fits on my head. I hope it will. Anyway, let's remove the supports. Okay, supports are out. Link to this model will be in this video's description. It's not mine. I bought it from Polygony from Etsy. Go check him out. He has a lot of cool bases for such heads. And anyway, let's try it. Okay. Well, it fits. It fits. I definitely need to add some foam to make it more stable on my head. But it probably fits. I'll check when the bottom part comes out. But I won't be surprised if I gonna need to rescale it a little. Well, we'll see. Alright, the blade is dry. It doesn't stick to my hands anyhow. So that's good. All cracks are filled with resin, including the handle. I'll give you a closer look. Now, only thing left is to sand it down so it's smooth and paint everything. Yeah, I know. I said I will do it, but I didn't. So I need to sand it and paint everything. This time I hope I'll do it. The blade is done. Oh, I will need to clean here. But anyway, now I will go and wash all the dust and then show you the result. I'll show you the blade when it's dry. In the meantime, let's finish the handle. dry. It required some more resin in some point, but I did it off camera, and for now, in my opinion, it looks good. Of course, it will look much better when we finally paint it. And it's time to paint. I already prepared everything. Here are the parts. And yeah, you can see that I made a little test with this piece, just to make sure that the paint sticks to it. So now, let's grab the spray paints and okay, they are not finished yet, but I definitely need to let them dry and air my room a little, because oh my. Guess what? The pieces are finally dry. Finally. Look at this blade. Look at it. It feels so nice to hold it. But you know what we have to do right now. Glue everything together. But wow. Some of them look really pretty, despite not having the coat. Wow. But first things first, I need to check if these two parts still fit together, because, you know, paint makes it a little bit more chunky. Okay. Wrong side. Come on. No, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, please. No. No. The glue. The glue just... I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Everything was nice and all. And now this? Alright, give me a second. Okay, the handle is back together again. And I hope that this time it will go all the way in. Ooh, I need to slam a little. I hope my mom doesn't get angry, because she's after work. Please don't break. Please don't break. Okay, it's going in. It's all the way in. Somehow. It fits really good. I hope I didn't wake her, because she will be angry if I did. Okay, let's get the other parts and glue everything together. blade is finally complete, almost. I need to wait about 10 minutes before the glue dries over here, and then to make some adjustments with the paint. So I will be back soon. It's finished! It's finally finished! Look at it! Look at this sword! I don't know how long it took. I didn't count days, but oh my. Maybe it's not perfect, but it lies so good. It feels so good to actually hold it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with how it came out. But this is only the first part. I still need to create a mask and the whole shikahusho for Captain Komamura. But for now, let's have a closer look on what we've created. Thank you for watching today's video. If you want to support me, please consider leaving a like, subscription, and maybe a comment if you want to pinpoint my mistakes. I hope we see each other in another episode where we finish the mask and the rest of the suit. So, see ya and cheers!